If Ross Love seems like he is always on the go, there's a good reason for that. He is.
It seems like he never stops.
He is a perpetual motion machine.
He doesn't know how to stop.
The seemingly indomitable energy.
It's kind of like there's this gyroscope in him that's going about 1 billion miles an hour.
What else would you expect from a man who has navigated his way through numerous successful careers and devoted the rest of his time to the betterment of the community? Come to think of it, when you consider the influence Ross Love has had on Cincinnati, it's a little frightening to know that his decision to come here hinged on the flip of a coin.
I actually flipped a coin to decide whether or not I was going to get on the plane or whether I was going to stay and finish my studying for final exams. It came up heads, so I got on the plane, interviewed at Procter Gamble, and was given a job offer that day.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Looking back on his childhood, there was one sign of the direction Ross's life would take.
The business instinct actually began to grow when I was around 12, 13. I was a really good Monopoly player. In fact, I was undefeated as a child across many games and many years.
Driven by the strong work ethic instilled by his parents and a business savvy sharpened by Parker Brothers, Ross excelled in school, eventually graduating from Syracuse University before taking the position with Procter Gamble. Ross worked on iconic brands such as Cascade, Bold, Cheer, Joy, Downy, and Bounce as he rose through the ranks, ultimately becoming Vice President of Global Advertising at P&G.
The job of Vice President of Advertising at Procter Gamble is the leading advertising position in the country, probably in the world, because Procter is the leading advertiser from a spending standpoint in the world.
And as we know, Ross is not one to sit still. Throughout his 28-year career with P&G, Ross was active with a variety of national public service organizations. He led the Partnership for a Drug-Free America's initiative to develop anti-drug messages targeted to the African American community, and served as chairman of the Association of National Advertisers, helping to develop the first content ratings for television. He also found time to pursue outside business ventures, one of which was the purchase of the local radio station WIZF, The Wiz.
Ross has this ability to talk you into doing things that you might have some reservation about doing. Most notably, he talked me into taking a second mortgage on my house and venturing with him in the purchase of The Wiz, a local radio station, which I then watched him grow through his leadership and my followership, along with our other business partners, into the second largest African-American owned broadcast company in the country.
In radio, Ross not only found an outlet for his entrepreneurial spirit, but an avenue through which to impact the community.
When civil unrest broke out in the spring of 2001, I was in a position, in part because of the radio station, to talk to leaders in the African American community about how we deal with this.
All of a sudden, Ross popped into the leadership forefront, he being one of several people in the African American community who just decided that someone needed to step up, take charge, and so Ross became the co-chair of Cincinnati CAN.
We were called co-chairs, but he was the capital co-chair. He had the vision, he had the ability to cut through issues, to define the need, to recognize that change had to happen.
I'm not sure we would have navigated through that time as well as we did, and more importantly, wouldn't have seen some of the dividends that we're now seeing with programs like Success by Six and Every Child Succeeds, and the Minority Business Accelerator, and the Police Community Partnering Center.
Ross really helped to develop a blueprint for our work as a community.
I literally can't imagine how we would have gotten through the 2001 in the wake of the riots, absent Ross's leadership. I can't imagine it. I just can't imagine it.
I think the city has seen a major difference because of Ross Love's involvement.
He has clearly demonstrated what a driven, committed, compassionate individual can do for the betterment of this city and community.
He's made enough money, he's accomplished enough things that he could have gone on a permanent and extended vacation, but Ross has stayed involved at the center of the action.
I don't even know if he sees it as work anymore. I mean, it's just as kind of who he is, you know, so I don't think it's living to him, you know, he just is going to keep on living.
A lot of people will look at radio stations and his time at P&G and working with the CAN Commission here in Cincinnati, and I guess now with the initiative to reduce violence in the greater Cincinnati area, all those things, that's great. I mean, you know, applaud him for that. Yes, he has busted his butt to try to make Cincinnati a better place, but when it comes down to it, the man has been there for myself and my sister. When we are in, need, he always steps up. If there was a great achievement, I apologize to all those that would like to say the things that he's worked on with them have been great, but as being a father, I'd say would be first.
Ross, thanks for everything you've done. Thanks for everything you're doing right now. And thanks especially for all the things you're going to do.